around the country, all around the world. We're going to be taking your calls for the next hour, getting ready for tonight's live call-in show here on Facebook and YouTube. So spread the word. We'll get started in about 2 or 3 minutes. Sound off in the comments. Let me know where you're tuned in and how things are going for you. Nope, I just got my alert that we're live. Make sure you subscribe. That way you always get those. Hello to Alfred. Hello to Dan. Hello to Kathy. Diane, hello. Maggie's got to work. Got to make that money, but hello to Maggie in the mitten. Marlesa's here. Oh, Dan's got the golden domes. Hey, Alan. Hey, Ryan. We got a lot of folks checking in. Hey. It's going to be a good show tonight. Yes, Michelle's here from way back in the day. Oh, happy birthday to Maggie. I'll have to make sure I say that during the show because it comes out Thursday. There's a bug in here. Kidding me. Michelle's here. Hey, stay safe with that. I know you're down in kind of the, what was it, Eta? The tropical storm. Be careful down there. I'm good. Dude. Oh, yeah, Kathy. Dude. St. Louis was the same. It was gorgeous here. It's going to be 64 in the morning when I get up at 5 in the morning to run in November. That is crazy. Yes, Diane had an earthquake today. I know, 2020, right? We had earthquakes in Massachusetts. Mid 70s in New York for Marlesa. Laurie ran a 50K, guys. 50K. I don't even know how many miles it is. It's just a lot. It's more than a marathon. It's like 31 miles. It's lots of Ks. So take a 5K and then just go do that 10 times. Nuts. Crazy. So that'd be 31.1 miles, I guess. Look at that. I taught math at one point. Hey, Marietta, Georgia in the house. Used to speed skate down there at Sparkles Roller Rink every Thanksgiving for a few years. Okay, I got it that time. Hello, Terry down in Florida. Man, this bug, it's like a gnat. Yes, warm Massachusetts in November. Who'd have thought, right? I had the windows open right now. Hello to Andrea. How are you? I love the picture on the wall there. Oop, whoever's calling in, give it a second. We got to start the show. Hey, Kim. Hey, Tish. Oh, wait. You're from Springfield and chilling on the porch. There's a Springfield in all 50 states. I'm going to guess you're calling in from Springfield, Missouri, in the Ozarks. Let me know. Hey, Alan, out in California, Anaheim. Perfect marathoner, folks. We have some runners in the room. Not that they're going to run out on our podcast tonight. Alan's run a bajillion marathons. Perfect Walt Disney World Marathon, and Laurie ran a 50K this weekend. Awesome. Colorado checking in for Andrea. Chris just got back. We're going to be talking about his trip very soon. Hey to Herschel and Margie. Michelle says everything's canceled. Yeah, I did see Brevard. It looked like Brevard Schools. I saw that on Twitter. Okay, tonight, here's the deal. Put your area code in the chat first so I can pick up your phone so I can try to ward off the crazy callers. So let me know just put your area code and then I can have a better kind of safeguard so I can get some kind of system. Yellow. Clemson, that was a good game last night. Trevor Lawrence, that would have made the difference, I think, but God, that was a battle. I'm just glad it wasn't either one of my teams. I'd have had a heart attack, double overtime. Oh my gosh, Patricia's here from Lima, Peru, down in South America. Oh, Springfield, Illinois, Tish. And by the way, you guys got a Portillo's, I heard, just recently up in Springfield, Illinois. That place is so stinking good. Make sure you go there. Northeast Ohio for Laurie. Herschel looks like Yoda. I don't even know what that means. Oh my gosh. So Ken's here. Alfred's here. Gina's here. Everybody's here. We've done attendance. How about we do some news and take some calls? Is somebody calling in from the 352? Okay, so after I do the news, that's when I open the phone line. So don't call until then. But there was a 352 area code. So if that's you, give me a shout in the chat, and then I'll know that it's good. And I'm trying to keep everything as we go on. I'm going to have everybody in the system here. It's just hard to do all this at once. All right, let's hit some news and take your calls. Here we go. I agree. I think there'll be a Notre Dame Clemson rematch for the ACC. We shall see. But last time I looked, I think the Cowboys were beating the Steelers, and that's just 2020. Here we go. Happy Sunday night, everybody. Welcome to another Be Our Guest podcast live call-in show. And happy Thursday if you're listening to the show on the replay here on the podcast feed. This is Mike Roman, host of the Be Our Guest podcast, and you can catch me hanging out on our Discord server. Just go to beourguestpodcast.com, scroll down a little bit if you're on the mobile app, or if you're on the desktop site, just go over to the right-hand side, click on Join the Discord server. And that's where a lot of our listeners hang out all week. We talk dining, we talk attractions, we talk terrible PhotoPass pictures over the years. We have a good time. It's a 24/7 live chat room. Come on by this week. So just go to beourguestpodcast.com and scroll down or look on the right-hand side and join the Discord server. Absolutely free. Lots of fun. You can get the mobile app on your phone. It'll beep, and you'll know every time the conversation is rocking. Because sometimes I'm going on a walk or maybe I'm running and I hear the little notification. It's a little soft sound, but I wonder what is happening on the Discord. What's everybody talking about? So, yeah, come on over and join us there. And I appreciate you joining us here on Sunday Night Live, as we do each and every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. We broadcast live on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. And we're going to take your calls here in just a second, as we always do. Before we get to today's show, just a little bit of news before we get to the Disney news. Kind of a sad note related to Disney. Earlier today, we're recording this show on Sunday night, November 8th, 2020. Earlier today, we found out that we lost somebody that I've really always looked up to, is somebody who likes to do the best I can when I host a podcast and try to, when I talk with folks on Mondays or here on the live shows, I always want to make everybody feel welcome and wanted, and that your story is very important, because it is. It's the heart of our podcast. And I think somebody who did that for decades was Alex Trebek, the Canadian, the host of Jeopardy and many, many, many other game shows and other things. He did some hockey commentary that I've seen today. Just an extraordinary gentleman. He fought cancer over the past year with grace and stamina and courage. And, you know, it's one of those things when you lose somebody like that, it's kind of rough, because, you know, you guys don't know, but I'm a huge game show fan. There's an app called Pluto TV that's got free old game shows. I mean, old stuff like The Match Game, Classic Concentration, Password, Super Password. And so if you go back, you can see Alex Trebek. You know, he was all the way back to the black and white shows even. But he always, to me, not only did he really, when I watched Jeopardy especially, I felt like I learned something every show, but it seemed like he always did care enough to research the topic, to be not just somebody who's reading the questions or the answers in his case, but also somebody that, you know, had some research. He had some skin in the game. He pronounced things the correct way. I mispronounce things every other sentence, but I really looked up to him. And of course, the Disney connection is he was in Ellen's Energy Adventure and really brought some dignity to that attraction even. It was a fun attraction, but I mean, you know, with as witty and zany as Ellen is, and you got Bill Nye the Science Guy, and you have Jamie Lee Curtis, but you know, who kept it on? This is exactly what he did on all of his shows. Who kept everything on track? It was Alex Trebek. So I just wanted to mention him today because I really looked up to him. You know, you never heard of a scandal. You heard of just a great gentleman. You heard of somebody who did it right, who gave his all to what position he had. So I think he's going to be very missed. So I just wanted to throw that in here today. Rest in peace to Alex Trebek. You were a great one. All right, let's get to the news of the week. And we have 7 quick stories, which I'm going to scan through here from the mouseforless.com. Not going to hit everything, but we're going to hit this. So let me hit this right here so you can see, oh, wait, let's not go to my Twitter feed. Sorry about that. Okay, first story. Jingle Cruise is back. Who's excited for the Jingle Cruise? You don't have to go on the Jungle Cruise. You get to go on the Jingle Cruise. That is back. It was not announced. It kind of just showed up. And of course, if you don't know what the Jingle Cruise is, it's the Jungle Cruise with a Christmas overlay. So, not going to get into that too much. I think most people know about that, but just want to let you know that it is there. Second story, just kind of going through these quickly because we have a few. Disney's Art of Animation reopened on November 1st. It is back. So now we have both sides of Hourglass Lake online. Couple ways that will affect you if you're heading down to Walt Disney World. One is that now you have folks going to the Skyliner from both sides. In the past, since July, we've had just folks getting on the Skyliner from the Pop Century side. So you might want to, give a little more time to get on the Skyliner. Also, here's where it gets important, right? You have the food court open over at Art of Animation, Landscape of Flavors, which is a good one. So if you want to go over there, that's awesome. Now, don't forget the Big Blue Pool is going to be closed for refurbishment from January 11th until early April. So they are going to really kind of redo that pool, make it super nice. But Flippin' Fins Pool, Cozy Cone Pool, and the Schoolyard Spray Ground will stay open. So the other pools will be open. Also, not to be missing this, but if you're a runner, you can now run all the way around Hourglass Lake. Yay! All right. You don't have to run the parking lot like I had to do in August. So you can actually now, that's one of the best runs if you want to exercise, running around Hourglass Lake right in time for January for those people doing the virtual marathon weekend. All right. Next story. This is another one. Things are slowly getting back to normal. The friendship boats are running again. And if you don't know what friendship boats are, to me, they're like that. They're that enclosed boat that goes around Crescent Lake over to Epcot into the studios. They look kind of French and fancy. Those are now running between the International Gateway at Epcot over to Hollywood Studios. They, of course, stop at the Yacht and Beach Club and the Boardwalk Inn, and they also stop at the Swan and Dolphin. Of course, as everything else at Walt Disney World, social distancing will be in place, so it will not run at full capacity each boat, but you will be able to take those. They begin running 1 hour before that Nat is back. They run 1 hour before park open, and they will keep running, let's see here, until 1 hour after park close, the last park of the service route. So the studios are Epcot. And next, let's get down to the brass tacks, right? Baby Yoda's back. The Mandalorian is back on Disney Plus. We've had 2 episodes so far. No spoilers. God, that frog is weird. Okay, I'm just going to say that. I got to say the frog is weird. But anyway, if you want to get your Baby Yoda on, you got to see the picture. If you're watching the live feed here, just check it out. Do you eat this thing? So here's where you go. You go to Disney Springs, and you have a mini dome cake that is inspired by the child, and it is available for purchase at Amorette's Patisserie, located in the town center section of Disney Springs near World of Disney. So this little cake that looks like Baby Yoda's head, the child's head, has cookies and cream filling. And it says there is only one issue. There will only be 40 cakes made per day. And there is 1 cake available per transaction while supplies last. So, of course, it's Disney. It's got to be hard. You got to put a little effort into it. There may be fights over a little Baby Yoda cake, but who knows? It says the cake themed after Baby Yoda is only going to be around for a limited time. It'll only be here through November 30th. So if you want to eat something that looks like Baby Yoda's head, good luck, and may the force, right, you nut-ins, be with you. Here's something that I see people losing their minds over on social media. There are new Walt Disney World attraction ornaments available. Oh my gosh, people are this in the Spaceship Earth cookie jar. But let's talk about the ornaments right now. And again, you can see all this information, all these pictures over at themouseforless.com. Ricky writes, wow, just wow. The Walt Disney World Resort has released a brand new line of Christmas ornaments that have to be the coolest thing ever. She's all in. These new ornaments are themed around the Walt Disney World theme park attractions and more. But they aren't just themed after them. No. These ornaments look exactly like their counterpart with insane detailing. Oh, and then when you flip them around, the surprises abound as you get to see inside the location. Here are a few of the attraction ornaments that are available, but it seems like more and more options are coming out as time goes on. So here's some of the ones you can. These are awesome. Dude, I wish I had more money. I would buy this every one. You have the Disneyland Fire Department. Oh, that looks so cool. And it does have Walt's apartment on the back side. When you look at it, it's Walt's apartment with Pluto. and a little chairs and table and the light. Oh my gosh. You also have the Main Street Cinema with Steamboat Willie on the marquee. And yes, there's an apartment on the top there too. You got the Country Bear Jamboree. Country Bear fans? There you go. Let's see. Oh, and when you look on the inside, you got all 5 stages with the bears performing. Oh my gosh, awesome. You also have Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. Holy cow, that looks so cool on the outside. And when you look like on the inside, you see all you got the what are they, the tiki drummers and all that. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. You also have the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror attraction. And when you look on the inside, you see that spirally eye thing that kind of is supposed to hypnotize you. You see holograms of the folks who got zapped up, and you see the elevators. Oh my goodness, these are so awesome. They're only $29.99 a piece. That's not too bad. My wife does shop at Hallmark, so those prices are probably on par with what you get at Hallmark for ornaments. And let's see. She says, I can guarantee a couple of these attraction ornaments will be coming home with me here soon to adorn her tree. Ricky is down there this weekend. Actually, she's on her way home. So we'll talk about this on this week's show. So get your ornaments. Be good. Maybe Santa will put one on your tree. 2 more real quick stories. We have a new shake that's available at Beaches and Cream. It's called This Incredible Shake. Oh my God. So this is where Walt Disney World's going after Universal and Toothsomes, because if you're watching the live feed, and if you're not, go by and check this sucker out. It's crazy. It's got, well, let's see here. So it says this is a salted caramel pumpkin pie milkshake. So that's what's in the milkshake, and it's in this like mason jar that has the Beaches and Cream Soda Shop logo. But on top is a whole slice of pumpkin pie. So not only you're getting a whole big gigantic shake, probably 2,000 calories, you're also getting a piece of pumpkin pie on top with all kinds of other stuff. You got to get this. It goes away in November. My goodness. That's all I got to say. My goodness. If you're running, you would have to run. Well, Lori probably running her half. She ran a ultra marathon this past weekend. Shout out to our lizard, Lori Wiener. And that's amazing. And I don't even know if an ultra marathon will wear off this thing. I mean, it's ridiculous. That is the hugest shake ever. And finally, Ricky lets us know the holiday season is now officially here at Walt Disney World. We have holiday cavalcades over at all the parks. They're all over the place. They're on boats at Animal Kingdom. You got the toy soldiers and Christmas music at the Magic Kingdom. The studios and Epcot have cavalcades. It's amazing. So full swing for what's going on in the holiday season here. Walt Disney World is doing the best they can with social distancing and modified experiences. And even the castle at the Magic Kingdom. What do you guys think? Maybe we'll talk about that tonight. What do you guys think about Cinderella Castle? The ugly Christmas sweater castle. It's crazy. It's fun. It's 2020. All right, so let us get to your calls. Lots to talk about. Let me get rid of this real quick and cut that out of there and open up the phone lines at 407-413-9395. 413. How about 407-413-9395? Again, throw your area code in the chat. If you're calling in, that will help me out a lot. And I'm getting to some of the comments here as we get started real quick. Laurie says that milkshake sounds wonderful. You deserve it. And Scott said the pumpkin mini mousse was awesome. The pumpkin mini mousse. And he says he loved the cake. Trying to see what cake that. Oh, did you get the Baby Yoda cake, Scott? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. And Eric says he loves the ugly sweater castle. Yes. So lots going on. And Ashley's asking if we're going to have a BOGP meetup while you're here in December. Of course, we are going to be meeting up with everybody over at Give Kids the World. We may try to do something at Walt Disney World. Actually, we will try to do something at Walt Disney World. But we just got to finalize that because we're trying to, obviously we're down there just for 3 nights and we're trying to make sure that we got everything squared with Give Kids the World. But yeah, we probably will have a meetup either in a park or at a resort. All right, let's open up the phone lines. 407-413-9395. Give us a call. Getting to the first call tonight. Of course, it's Alfred up in New York. Alfred, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, hang on. What's going on? Give us a call one more time. Alfred, call in 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. I don't know what happened there. Everything looks good. Yeah, that milkshake. Here's the thing. You have to have self-discipline if you get that milkshake at Beaches and Cream, right? Because I would drink that whole thing. I guess, do you drink that milkshake? Because you have to eat the pie. You got to drink the milkshake. And I mean, you would be done. How do you go into Epcot and walk it off around World Showcase when you're done with it? Do you go back to your hotel and just roll over and call it a day? I would say you got to split it with your family, right? Hopefully you got like a family of 3 or 4. You could maybe ask for a to-go cup or 2 and split it up. Because good gracious, like even on Thanksgiving, dessert is a piece of pumpkin pie, right? I mean, you're having a milkshake with it. That's crazy. But hey, Walt Disney World's about being fun and crazy. All right, 407-413-9395. Give us a call. Let me know, because I need you to try to call in here and see what is happening with these phone lines. All right, I think we have a caller. Hey, who's joining us?
How you doing?
Good.
How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, my name is Brad.
So what's going on?
I was calling in about this milkshake debacle.
Oh my gosh, what do you think?
So I can't really have milkshakes because every time I get a milkshake, I accidentally put my fingers in it.
All right, that guy's gone, I guess. That just sounds like somebody that doesn't have anything better to do on a Sunday night. I feel bad for folks like that. All right, 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. Please put your area code in the chat. Let us know that you are going to call in, and we will get to it here in just a second. Yeah, I think everybody's kind of going with the ugly sweater castle, but there are 4 projections, and they're rotating through every 15 minutes is what I've heard approximately. And it's kind of like what they're doing over at Animal Kingdom, where they have the Tree of Life Awakening during the normal times of the year, but they have a holiday spin on it right now. And I think that started 2 nights ago, I think Friday night. So it is good to see. Oh, yes. Yes. And Eric is bringing up that the Muppets are also, this was totally something that totally blew me away. The Muppets are back in Liberty Square, and they are doing is it a meet and greet? It's a socially distanced meet and greet. It's a mini show, but they're back. And I never thought we'd see the Muppets again in Liberty Square, and there they are. So that is awesome to have not only the Muppets back, because people were raving about that, but it was amazing to have creativity, because I think what we're seeing is cutbacks. And here we go. Bam. All of a sudden the Muppets are back. Something we never thought we would see again. And there they are. So yes, Eric, thank you for bringing up that the Muppets are back, and they are there. Let me reboot Skype here and we'll try that again. Alfred says he's having trouble getting dial tone. Thanks for your patience. We're going to get this rolling again. I really want to do these live call-in shows, but if we got the Yahoos to keep calling in that have no life, I don't know what else we can do, but I appreciate everybody taking the time. Yes. And Tish in the live chat says that they're going to be there in a couple weeks. She's out in Springfield, Illinois, and she's so excited to see the Muppets again. I wonder though, if we're going to get like a schedule, because the whole thing about the cavalcades is that they're not giving a set schedule. Because they don't want people lining up, right? It wants to be an unexpected surprise that you just see the cavalcade. You don't wait. But what I did see, now, of course, you got now at the Magic Kingdom, what they're doing is they're breaking up the Christmas parade and doing sections at a time. But what I saw in at the Magic Kingdom on Main Street USA the other day, and I mean, I can't help people. I understand, but like when you have a fleet of toy soldiers marching down Main Street, people are going to pop out of the stores and they're going to want to see this cavalcade. But I mean, face it, it's a parade, and it's people are down there for the holidays. They want to see this. So it's one of those things that social distancing was kind of a challenge, I think, at first. But from what I've heard, Walt Disney World does have social distancing markers where they're going to have these cavalcades going by. And so I think it's just going to be personal responsibility. If you don't feel comfortable, then just don't go out there. But of course, it's a challenge because Disney wants to bring as much entertainment and holiday surprise and wonder to the guests that they can. But again, if they can't keep everybody from coming up to the curb, that's a challenge. So everybody's just kind of, just like it's been since July, everybody's got to do their part and do the best they can. All right, let's get to our next caller. Hayes joining us.
Hey, this is Scotty G. Hashtag Scotty G. How's it going?
I'm so glad to have somebody calling in that I know. What's up, Scotty?
That's why. I mean, I really didn't have anything to talk about, but that's the reason I called, just to save you for a little bit.
God, I love you. That's why we're friends, man, because I needed somebody. No, and you're going to hear from Scotty G here in about 1 hour on Monday's show, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So, question, did you have a big, crazy cake for Paige's birthday like we had for Emily's?
Nope, but we had a big, crazy cookie cake, which was pretty good. I mean, nothing like, we'll talk about this on tomorrow's show on the Monday podcast, but, you do what you can. We're not at Walt Disney World, so we went down to the Great American Cookie Company and got the big cookie cake. We got a dog on it that kind of looked like Riley, not really, and we had a good day. It was a lot of fun. She's 24 and I'm 29, so it's crazy.
That is so crazy. Yeah, I've known Paige for a while now. The fact that she's 24 is it's hard to believe how fast these girls are growing up.
It's nuts. So what do you think about all this news? Oh, well, I got to ask you, because I thought of you when I saw that news about the ornaments. Because you just got back, you actually left the day that Walt Disney World kind of transitioned over into Christmas. Was that last Sunday? No, it was a couple Sundays ago.
Yeah. It was a week ago. It was a week ago.
It's only been a week. God, it feels like it's been a month.
I know.
It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, those ornaments, I mean, that, I'm not a big merchandise guy. You're more of a merchandise guy than me, but I mean, those are some of those things. I'm not going to get them all because I can't afford it, but I think I could get one. I think I'm going to have to get one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to limit myself there because we fall into traps where, oh man, I got to collect it. I got to get them all, like with the Starbucks mugs and anything really that comes out. Like I just want to get them all. And with those ornaments, you're definitely going to have to limit yourself. But man, I wish we would have extended our trip by like a couple more days. I mean, we're already down there a ton. You guys will hear about that tomorrow. But oh my gosh, like all the snacks came out, like all the merchandise came out. I was like, oh man, I was on the plane, like seeing it all. Like, dang, I want all that now.
But we're going to be there in 3-4 weeks. I mean, that's the good news is, I don't think anything will be sold out by that point because it's still early December. And, like if I get one, I'm excited because I usually go down after Christmas if I go down during the holiday season. And this time, because of the Give Kids the World event, like I'll be able to go down, get get one Christmas ornament. I'll pick out my favorite one and I'll actually get to come home and put it on the tree this year. I usually have to wait a whole year to put something like that to use.
Yeah, I love that. So your and Elizabeth's birthday are like a day apart. And I think it was a couple years ago in 2018, we went down for her birthday / Thanksgiving. And it was, we'd never done that before. And it was so perfect because you got to get into the holiday spirit before Christmas. Whereas like you and I, like we're always there for marathon weekend. Christmas is already gone and passed. It's cool to see the tree and all the music. But like for me personally, like I'm kind of already over Christmas at that point. But to be there like a few weeks before just really gets you in that spirit. So I'm really looking forward to that in a few weeks.
I agree. It is because I'm a huge, I like the music. I like just seeing decorations. I'm all in, so it's going to be, I wish I could be down there longer. It's just kind of a busy time, but yeah, just to get a little dose of, because Christmas is fun at home, but I mean, nobody does it like Walt Disney World.
Yeah. And the snacks look awesome. Like all these like specialty snacks, I feel like they're like throwing out a lot more this year. Like maybe I'm paying more attention because we're going to be there, but
I'm with you. I think they're throwing out like twice as many at least. It's crazy how many snacks they have.
Yeah. And you started off the show like talking about that Baby Yoda thing. So we had like, and I threw it in the chat, we had this pumpkin like mini moose thing at Amorette's. So it was the first time I've ever gotten anything from there. And it was so good. Like I can't wait. Because you said November 30th, I think, and we fly down the 29th, so I might have to make a trip. Hopefully, I can get that Baby Yoda.
So, so I'm trying to figure it out because I saw the picture. Obviously, it's one Disney gave us in the media, drops for the Mouse for Less. But is it because I mean, is it a big cake? I mean, is it a single, like, is it for a solo person or is it like something you can divide up? Because you can't tell the size. I mean, I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't tell. It's hard to tell the size too because it's Baby Yoda, so you think it'd be really small.
That's true.
Too,
Yeah,
right?
man, regular old, like 700-year-old Yoda would be like for 4 people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what we did was we just split it for the 3 of us because we like to snack around. Like, oh, let's just all take a few bites. We all wanted our own afterwards of the pumpkin one we had. But I think you could probably have it over a couple people. The problem is, I mean, they limit it to 40, and you can only buy one, so that's 52. So I would just say, like with my family, we'll just buy the one and grab 3 forks and have a couple bites.
That's awesome. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I know I'm probably not going to get to Disney Springs. I'm only going to be down there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Saturday will be at Give Kids the World the whole day. And that's the focus of the trip. So, you got to cut things. I only get to go to 2 parks at the most, and I won't do Disney Springs. But the thing is, I'm not a shopper, but God, Disney Springs at Christmas is so great for snacking and just to see the Christmas tree. I know they have a modified, it's not the Christmas tree trail. They're kind of in the neighborhoods at the shops, but it's, I don't like going to the mall either, but I do it at Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the resort hopping at Christmas time too. And like going to the Wilderness Lodge, we're going to be at Animal Kingdom Lodge. That should be awesome. Like, I hope the resorts still go all out. Like I'm a little bit like behind on the news. I'm assuming that resorts will be putting up decorations and such as well too.
Yeah, I would guess. We're still early. I mean, well, are we? I mean, it's kind of, because I guess it's November.
I think it's early for the resort. I think it's early for the resorts because we've been there for like wine and dine during this time, and the resorts haven't been decorated by like Magic Kingdom would, for instance. So I think we'll see that in a couple of weeks, and by Thanksgiving, I'm hoping all the resorts will be up and running with all their full Christmas stuff.
Cool. All right. Well, before I cut you loose, for everybody listening, give us one thing from your trip that maybe you left out from the trip report that we did on, because some people will be listening to us on Thursday. They've already heard it. Obviously, everybody listening live tonight hasn't heard it. It's coming out for tomorrow. But any other like a quick hit from your, like something you learned, a special surprise, something we didn't get in the show?
Man, actually, like one of the things I was going to talk about was that Emirates cake that I just talked about, because I don't think we talked about that. And that was my first time going there. I really loved it. I was just talking about Disney Springs in general. I don't think I talked about that on the trip report. So one day, I skipped work. Like I took the day off. Elizabeth was going to work because we were working down there too. And I just went to Disney Springs right when they opened, right at 10 a.m. And I tell you, like that was really nice. Like I love the nightlife at Disney Springs. Like all the dining. Maybe having a drink or two. But being there first thing in the morning, it was nice and quiet. And like I just got to walk around, listen to the background loops. Stores were open, so it was just more like a relaxed pace, and I really enjoyed that.
Is there anybody there in the morning? Because I've never gone there except at night, like afternoon.
Yeah, there wasn't many people there. I mean, because like there's not many places to eat open, but like some of the stores were open. It was a nice time to do shopping, And what I did, so I parked in the Orange Garage. We rented a car, so I parked at Orange, and like the chicken guy, and maybe I talked about this on the show. I can't remember if I did, but so the chicken guy is like right close to the Orange Garage.
Yeah.
So I text like Elizabeth. I'm like, hey, when do you plan on, taking a break for lunch? So I timed it so that I just went over there, like ordered like some chicken tenders and chicken sandwich. I think I sent you a photo of it actually while we were down there. And I know, because that's what I do. I tease my friends when I'm down there, and they're not. Because actually, you might have been getting like Chick-fil-A or something. You were getting something similar that day.
I did. Yes. I think I had Raisin Cane's maybe. Yeah, I can't remember.
Maybe. Oh, I've never had that before, actually. I really want to try that.
That's good.
Anyway. Yeah, so I ordered the chicken guy, get it like within like 10 minutes or so. And then from the time I left there and got up to the Orange Garage, into the car to Old Key West, which is like right by, Disney Springs, that was quicker than me like going to like a Culver's or something at home. Like just do a drive-through and get it back home. Like it was awesome. So I would say that as a tip, like if you have the time, like sometimes I don't know how many people are normally working at home, but like I think a lot more might be working, at Walt Disney World. If you want like a quick lunch grab and you don't want to go to your resort, Disney Springs could be a good option. Quick run to bring it back home and be back in time for after lunch.
Well, especially when you're at Old Key West. I mean, if you look at like a map of Walt Disney World, I mean, Disney Springs basically sits on the Old Key West campus. I mean, it's right there.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're like at Saratoga or Old Key West, maybe, well, unfortunately, Riverside and the French Quarter isn't open yet, but like those resorts especially because you're like right there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hey, good talking to you. Hope you had a good weekend, and I can't wait for tomorrow's show to come out because it was a fun. I laughed through that whole thing.
I didn't have a whole. Yeah, sorry, I didn't have a whole lot. I couldn't think of anything. I just wanted to bail you because I knew you could get some crazy call.
I'll PayPal you $10 after the show.
Awesome.
All right, take care,
have a good
buddy.
rest of the show.
Hey,
Yep,
go
we'll talk to you
Spark,
soon.
go green, right? Oh my gosh, you guys are like the worst football team this year. You kill me. You beat Michigan,
Yeah,
lose to Rutgers, and then
Yep.
yesterday I'm like, oh dude, they're gonna crush this team. Nope, it's crazy. You're
all
the
that
roller coaster.
all that matters for this season, because we have a new head coach, so like it's still, you know, all that matters is that we beat Michigan.
No, I hear
I
you.
don't care. But
I hear you.
at least we're still playing. I mean, Wisconsin, I don't know how many games they played yet, but
That's true. They may never play. Who
Yeah.
knows? All right, well, take
I
care,
know.
buddy. Tell the girls we said hello.
we'll do. All right.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Scotty G. Hashtag Scotty G. They're bailing us out. I know Eric was trying to call in from the 203. Give us a call, Eric, and we'll talk. There he is. He knows. I don't have to tell Eric how to call in. He knows. Call ended. It's time for the next call. Eric, Connecticut. What's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well.
There's this hill I will die on with desserts,
Uh-oh.
and it's that you cannot put a piece of pie on top of a milkshake and call it a special thing. Ice cream goes on top of the pie or next to the pie. You're just giving me more will to have to take the piece of pie off the milkshake and then eat them separately anyway, unless you're like, 7 years old and you're going to crush the pie into the milkshake. So that's my odd hill to die on here. I just don't understand. It's like layering desserts and saying that I'm going to charge you extra for taking an apple and putting it on top of a Danish, and on top of that a piece of cake and then a brownie.
Well, it's so bizarre. I mean, I think this did this. I don't know, because I'm not a foodie, but maybe this started before Toothsomes over at Universal. That was the first time I saw this.
Like Disney tends to get on these trends a little bit late when they realize that something's working, like they did with all those sparkly drinks that they had a little while ago, where they would just put a little extra food dye in it and everyone would Instagram. I think, again, it's more like it looks great, but really you're just giving me more work to have to take apart the dessert that you made and eat them separately anyway. But that's just me.
Well, that is it. I mean, because realistically, you're not eating the thing without deconstructing, the whole thing. Because good Lord, how you gonna? I know there's a straw, but what you're gonna end up with is this piece of pie that's on top of a half,
empty cup.
melted. Because if you drank, that's a big milkshake, and I love my sweets. I get my Chick-fil-A shakes all the time, but the thing is, if I down that whole shake, there is no way I can go for a whole piece of pie after that. Oh, it's making my stomach hurt. But it's cool on Instagram. You nailed it. It looks good on Instagram.
Beaches and Cream, though, I give them a pass because that place is always about excess.
True.
They have the massive sundaes. So if you're going to do something weird like that, you might as well do it at Beaches and Cream. It's just not my thing.
All right, let me ask you this before I let you go. So one dessert, like what is your, mine is the All-American Sundae at the Plaza on Main Street, USA. That's my go-to.
Oh God.
What's yours?
Oh Lord. I don't really have one. I'll do any creme brulee, but at Disney, when it comes to specific desserts, I don't have a specific dessert. I just want to try a little bit. No. The kaigori in Japan, which is the shaved ice that they have all the way off to the side. I go there and I get it, and everyone that's with me goes, "It's just shaved ice." I'm like, no, it's not. It is so much better than what you get at like the local fair or the snow cone from the Good Humor Man.
Yep, I agree.
It's like 10 times better.
My girls always get that because I'm more of like an ice cream guy than like a snow cone guy. Like I want something a little more rich. But especially when we're during the summer, they always get one. And the thing is, they never finish it. So I get enough. And you're right. They're way better than like our shaved ice places here in St. Louis. Way better.
And at the bottom of it, you're like drinking syrup.
Oh yeah, that's great. And you're on vacation.
That's fantastic too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
I do have a quick old school trip planning question for you though.
Go ahead.
My brother and I are planning on going when all of this is over, next summer or the summer after. And what we did the last few times we went is we got 2 separate rooms. And I was doing some calculation that it might be cheaper in some cases to, instead of getting 2 rooms at a moderate, to do a 2-bedroom at, say, Old Key West. We shared a room before as kids, and we're never going to do that again.
Yeah,
but
probably not.
It seems like there's some value there in the 2-bedroom or the 1-bedroom instead of getting 2 rooms. Does that
trying to think?
Does that make sense?
So you're looking at a moderate versus a 2-bedroom. They would, and again, prices vary all over the time because every day it's different at Disney, especially weekends and weekdays and so forth and seasons.
Right.
But yeah, I would say, well, and it depends though. Like, if you're looking Old Key West against, say, like a Port Orleans resort, 2 rooms, I would say it's pretty close. And I would definitely go with the 2-bedroom over at Old Key West. It's an awesome unit. I mean, it's huge, and I love Old Key West anyway.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking for the next time we head down there. A little more togetherness, but we can get rid of each other if we want by closing the door. And,
totally.
And that's all you really want with family.
Well, plus too, and you have a place that you can, if you decide, like Scott said, and like when we were down there, and we did that trip a few years back where my family and his family, we stayed in the 2-bedroom. Yeah, there was so much space. And the thing was, we vacationed differently because we hung out in the, on the balcony or the deck, and we made, cookies, and we had groceries, and it just felt so much less stress than a normal trip.
Yeah, that's another place I see the value with having a balcony there,
where
you can like sip your cup of coffee outside in the morning, and
it's awesome,
and things like that, like overlooking the
golfers.
green or the river or whatever you overlook there. Because I've never been there, so
it's so nice. And the thing is, give it a shot. Anytime you get a new experience, even if it's say a couple hundred more over 3 or 4 nights, it's a new experience. Just look at it as something different to do.
Yeah, the other choice we're thinking of is doing a split stay or something like that. But I kind of like the idea of just like getting a hotel room and staying there.
I hear you.
I don't want to like go all over the place and have to put up with changing. I know they make it seamless as possible, but there's still, you got to get the new rooms. You got to make sure the luggage gets there. And it just seems like a little too much hassle for a vacation.
I go back and forth. I mean, the thing is, with a split stay, you get 2 different experiences, but you are Disney homeless for 1 day in the middle. That's what I always say, like you don't belong anywhere that transition day. Yeah. Okay.
All
right. Well, hey, Eric, I appreciate you calling in. All right. You have a good week. Good talking to you, buddy. Stay safe. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, check it out. Kim Taylor, our favorite photographer down at Walt Disney World, is checking in live from Main Street, USA, where she's out there taking pictures. And she just saw somebody named Pam Forrester and Steve Forrester. I didn't even know Pam was down there. So interesting. I guess she's not going to be on this week's shows. We'll see. So maybe we'll have some Scotty G on this week's shows. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll make it 3 for 3 this week. I'll have to give him a call. All right, let's get to the next caller on the line. Hey, who's joining us? Caller.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Oh, hey, it's Marletta. Sorry, I lost you for a second.
Ooh, when you pause there, you're going to get cut. You got to be careful now. I got the trigger finger close.
I know. I was afraid. I was afraid. For a second. I was like, oh no, he's going to think I'm one of those.
You can't mess with me like that. Every time I hit the button now, like for the last month, I've been sweating bullets. Every time, like, caller, please be appropriate. No. So good. How are things going? Well, let me ask you real quick. What is your go-to dessert? Mine's the All American Sundae. What's yours?
Well, I had a feeling that question was coming from the last call. And I was trying to rack my brain, and I'm still. I think like the easy answer is really. It's not an easy answer. It's just kind of cheating. Just like anything from the bakery in France, Léo Boulangerie. Because I just, I think I said this before. Like I always love being in Europe, and I haven't been there in years, and. That bakery really does a great job at, capturing what it feels like in a lot of French bakeries, in my opinion. And they also kind of use it as an opportunity to brush up on my French, which sometimes doesn't go well. And sometimes I have to, sometimes I'm going fine. And then all of a sudden they'll say something like, actually, wait, I have to revert back to English. Sorry. I'm doing my best here. But, there are actually quite a few Disney desserts that are pretty iconic that I still haven't had a chance to try. Like the I've never been to Liberty Tree Tavern. Don't hang up on me for that. But so I haven't had the what was it, like the toffee or like the bread pudding, right?
See, I'm not a fan of that. It's okay. But I don't know. Like there's something like I'm not a big Dole Whip guy. But I can eat it. Don't get me wrong. I can eat just about anything. But like I'm more of just like a pure ice cream and like, caramel and chocolate and stuff like that. But I get it. Everybody's doing different things. Like I'm not a carrot cake cookie guy. I don't like carrot cake.
Oh, same. I've never tried it because I don't like carrot cake, so I know that's not for me. And I also haven't tried the school bread because I don't like coconut flakes. But I love ice cream. I could have ice cream every day and be really happy. You know, I'm like you. I do like the All American Sundae. And I finally tried that shaved ice on my last trip. So I agree. It's definitely not like average ice. It definitely tastes differently. But just really anything at the or actually this is still related to ice cream, but the ice cream particularly, this is still in France, but that ice cream in France is really good. And like when they were announcing that ice cream martini, I think a couple months ago or something like that, it was like something ice cream alcohol related. I was like, oh, that would be very nice to try. But they'll probably be gone by in January. So, but something new. And cool.
Is it that Scott nailed it? Like they're coming out with so many snacks for this holiday season. It's ridiculous. I think it's the Studios that has like a boozy hot chocolate flight or something like that. Did you see that?
Oh, maybe, wow. I think I missed that.
Maybe that was a fever dream. I don't know. But I thought I saw that over at the Studios. There was like a flight of either 3 or 4 kinds. I think they were hot chocolate, but they have booze in them. Crazy. I mean, seriously, like,
oh, wow.
Obviously they had some time between March and July. They were thinking up stuff for Christmas. Like, we're going to have all these snacks. Like, you know what? You're staying home, but you're going to be practicing. We're going to give you all these holiday ingredients. And then come November, we're knocking it out of the park.
And I'm glad they're doing that. I hope that, I love Christmas. So I'm definitely already getting FOMO that my next trip is for January. Because, my birthday is December 2nd. So, like one day I'll go there right on my birthday. Like I've been there in November, which is close, and still some of the Christmas stuff is up, but it would be really cool to be there in December. But still looking forward to January, and knowing that I can run around all of Hourglass Lake is pretty cool, because I was kind of worried about that. I was like, no, I need the full experience, but I'm going to stay at Pop. Because I don't have to complain to you and be like, well, Mike, I didn't get to run around the full lake. I don't know.
Well, it's so much easier to run just around the lake than like I was doing this modified where I got down to like where they stopped the path to go over to Art of Animation on the one end. I had to run out into the parking lot of Pop Century. I ran past the like sign out on Osceola Parkway. You could see it through the bushes, and ran down to the 90. Just running parking lots is no fun. So, and the thing is too, when you run early in the morning at Hourglass Lake, for some reason, when you're running, well, I run counterclockwise. This is not super important, but I always tend to see hot air balloons over Art of Animation if you do it like right around sunrise, which is, I don't see them a lot here, so it's kind of fun for me. I guess if you're from New Mexico, it's not a big deal, but I like seeing it. It's vacation.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool. Like I haven't seen one in a while. Like and I think back in Pennsylvania, I would see them sometimes, but not really too often here in New York City. So that would be cool. I'll look out for those. Or maybe I'll run the opposite way, and then I'll let you know what I.
You're gonna see them either way, I guess. You're just gonna see them from different angles. It doesn't matter. You're going in a circle, sure. Kind of. So, go ahead. And so I do have to say with the Mandalorian really quickly, it's not going to be a spoiler, but since you're caught up, I just have to say, Baby Yoda was really frustrating me during that episode. That's all I'm going to say. I think that's vague enough, but I was like, come on, what are you doing? Well, I think too, there's a potential for a new snack after that episode, but I'm just saying. So, who knows? Oh my God. I know. Oh God. Okay, let's talk, because we're treading on dangerous territory here, so I got to be careful. But let me save us, because you know what? There's a new series on Disney Plus that really there's no spoilers because we know how it ends. It's The Right Stuff. So we're what, 5, 6, 7 episodes in? How would you, because you work in media, so I respect like I'm just watching it and I'm just a Yahoo. I love the book. I love the movie of The Right Stuff by Tom Wolfe. I love anything space, but what's your take on it? Because I'd like to hear that. Right.
Yeah, so I am not fully caught up. I will say that I've only watched, I think, 2 or 3 episodes so far, and I think they have 4 or 5 out so far, maybe 5. And so I like space. I don't know as much about that area as you do. So I wasn't as familiar with like the background of the book, or I actually haven't seen the old movie. And I'm, partially, it's not largely watching because I love Colin O'Donoghue because he was Killian Jones / Captain Hook on Once Upon a Time. So, which is another fun show. So I'm enjoying it. For sure. I think they're doing, again, like, considering that I have a limited, certainly compared to you, because I know you're a space geek, and I mean that in the best way. Like I don't know as much about that, but I really enjoy, like, certainly, like, the cinematography and the editing, and I enjoy, like, how they're trying to recapture that era. And I love, like, the music, because anytime there's a show that takes place in that era or similar to that era, because I listen to oldies music all the time anyway. So, like, watching Mad Men is, like, my jam, partially because of the soundtrack is incredible. So yeah, I mean, so there, I'll have to give you more solid opinion as it keeps going, but, like, so far, like, I'm enjoying it. Like, I don't think it's, like, the greatest show per se, or, like, the most groundbreaking in necessarily in storytelling or whatever, but it is well done. Like, I appreciate that they're trying to do this kind of more adult, mature, like, show, like, not in an inappropriate sense, but it's something that adults can enjoy. And it's more aimed at that audience, and I appreciate that. And I love my Colin O'Donoghue.
Yeah, well,
Nice.
so with who,
I
I don't know who that is. Who does he play? Which astronaut?
Oh, sorry. I'm just like, you're assuming that you
No,
know
I
who.
don't know.
He's oh my God, I'm blocking. I'm gonna hold on, look this up. I think it's Gordon
Cooper. Yeah, he's kind of one of the central figures so far. Yeah.
Yes.
Gordo.
Yes. He's originally from Ireland, so he's definitely doing a different accent. So that's always, I think he's doing a pretty decent job with that. So I always appreciate the, like, kind of accent work. And I'm glad you like Pluto TV as a side note, because that's always a platform I'm always fascinated by, because it's one of the ad-supported video on demand, like, free services. So
it's weird because we have Spectrum, so we have cable. We're old. We just do it kind of the old way, because that's our internet too. But I found, I heard about Pluto TV, and I put it on an iPad, and then I put it on my Roku and my Apple TV on the big TVs and stuff. And the thing is, I'm a huge, old, like, game show. When I heard they have Buzzer, which is all these old game shows. I mean, old, like Match Game and Hollywood Squares and all the concentration and stuff like that. I love it. Pressure Luck, not even Pressure Luck, but Sale of the Century. I love that show. The old supermarket sweeps and stuff like that. But it's funny because like, when you watch it, it's great. But then if anybody's watched Pluto TV, and they got the American Gladiators channel and stuff like that, but, like, I guess when it doesn't fill enough ad space or something, it just goes, and, like, I hear that in my sleep, because I leave it on the office all day when I'm working. It does this crazy, like, screensaver, and it's got this, like, little dramatic, like, music that it plays for 30 seconds, like, all the time, probably 10 times an hour. So I hear that all. It's a little spooky, but yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, I do. It's an interesting idea. Like, I think they have great programming, considering it's an absolutely free app. You just got to endure the commercials.
Oh yeah, for sure. Not to geek out myself a bit, but especially during COVID, like something I've been doing, like, kind of from a marketing perspective, I've definitely been writing a lot about why those types of services have been so great. Because, as people are tightening their budgets for COVID, like, some people have had to, cancel Disney Plus or Netflix or Hulu, etc. But services like Pluto TV have really been kind of a win-win for all the sides of the business, because, viewers like you can, enjoy some favorite, like, older shows or newer shows. Because I know Viacom owns it, so I think there's some, like, VH1, Nickelodeon type content on there as well. But then, like, advertisers, like, it's another way to reach the consumer. So it's kind of like a win-win. If you ever have downtime, I can always send you these geeky things I've read.
No, I love this stuff. And you know what? There's a lot of parallels between, like, what Pluto TV is doing in podcasting, because with our podcast, it's absolutely free to everybody. It's very niche, right? There's not a large enough audience for them to show Sale of the Century from 1982, or Classic Concentration from 1976. There's not enough people that want to watch that, but again, it's like a Disney podcast, like our show. Like, we're ad supported. The only reason I can do this is when people book trips with the Magic for Less, become patrons, or use our Amazon affiliate link that pays the bills. And so, and if you fast forward through the commercials at the beginning of the show, you've probably heard them 7,000. We've had 1,800 shows almost. Like, I get it, but the thing is, like, it's a trade-off, right? I put the commercial there. The whole show is always going to be free, and the folks that are supporting through Patreon, that's keeping the bills going. It's just like Pluto. It's an interesting dynamic, but I see a lot of parallels between podcasting and Pluto TV, which is behind the scenes. That really interests me. That I hope it succeeds.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All the business side of TV is fascinating. I could obviously talk about that all the time, and we can have a side conversation about that one day. But yeah, like it's really fascinating how it's evolving to meet both the consumer needs and the advertisers' needs and all that. But I still have cable, honestly, like, and that surprises people all the time. But I obviously have Disney Plus and Netflix and a few others, but I do still have traditional cable, and part of that is actually because I still love having that direct access to watching the old episodes of MASH and Everybody Loves Raymond and shows like that, because I love sitcoms, and I mean, I love MASH, I love Ellen and all that, but yeah, so I love having all those options. But it's definitely fascinating, like, where this is going and the industry, and for sure. But yeah, like I said, I could go on and on that. But
no, I'm the same way. I'm always fascinated by, like, just content. Like, how do you get it out there? How do you make it easy for folks to digest? How do you make it approachable? And how do you, make sure that you can monetize it enough that you can keep it coming? Because if you can't pay the bills, no matter how great the content is, you can't put it out. So it is. And I think, that's a great thing. We've been doing the podcast. It'll be 13 years in March, and everybody's been so kind that they've supported us to where we can do this, and I just, again, thank you to everybody who's ever helped us, because this is my passion. Like, I get to do this. I get to come down Sunday night, get to record on Mondays and Wednesdays and talk to folks everywhere. I'm living my dream, and it's because of the support of everybody, each and every way, just spreading the word and so forth. So it's great. Okay. So I want to try to get Alfred in here before the show's over. But let me ask you this. I got to ask you this. So did you see the ornaments yet? Have you seen those?
I saw, when you announced them in the show, that was the first time I actually saw them, and I was really excited. It looks like they're not on shopdisney.com.
I don't think
they are.
Yeah, I think they're at the parks only.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll have to bug you or Scott or someone to get me one, maybe, because I don't know. They look really good. They look really good. Yeah, I mean, I love Haunted Mansion. I mean, obviously, Splash is my favorite ride, but Haunted is my other favorite, and love Tower of Terror. Love that they're doing the Country Bears. So those are awesome. I'm always hesitant about those bigger ornaments, because I almost feel like I'd rather use them as on display, because I'm worried that they'll fall off the tree.
True.
Or that I need three branches. But yeah, no, they look awesome.
It scares me, though, because the last ornament I bought was when I went down for the opening of the Skyliner, and they had these Skyliner ornaments at Pop Century, as the day it opened, and I was like, I gotta have that for my tree, and it did not make it home. It got crushed because it was made out of glass. I don't know why they make them out of, like, rubber. I've seen them now, but yeah, it's I'm gonna get one, but I don't know. Again, I hope they wrap it better, and I hope it's made more sturdy. It kind of looks kind of thick. I don't know until you see it, but I love that they're doing stuff like this for the big, like, hardcore fan. Like 90% of the people don't care what the backside of the firehouse looks like. You know what? I do. That's going to make me buy it. So I love that.
Yes, absolutely. So excited. So yeah, I might be bugging you when you're down there.
No, we'll see. Yeah, we'll take care of you. Don't worry. Just let me know. And that's why we're here. No, well, I'm going to run, because I'm going to try to get Alfred in here, because we're getting up to the top of the hour. But have a good week, and give us a call next Sunday. We'll talk. Yes, we'll talk soon. I'll send you some TV article stuff. Absolutely. Love that stuff. All right, Melissa, have a good week. Talk to you soon. You too. Bye. All right, 407-413-9395. I'm going to reboot Skype real quick and see if that can solve Alfred's question or his issue, because I can't call out on this. Reboot. Okay, we're rebooted. So if Alfred wants to give another shot, we'll see if we can get Alfred in here for the last call of the night for a few minutes. And if not, we will see what we can do. Jennifer says it's much easier to do the lake loop indeed at Pop Century now. And now the Skyliner might not be as bad as it was in July because of the new Rise of the Resistance method. I agree. And the thing is, I've talked to 3 guests who've been there since the new Rise of the Resistance boarding group from outside of the park has happened. We are 3 for 3. Those guests who have been down, all 3 people got a Rise boarding group from their hotel room within a minute of it opening at 7 a.m. How awesome is that? That's awesome, because 1, you didn't have to make the mad rush and have a heart attack trying to get in the theme park. And 2, all 3 people got a boarding group and had a great day, so that's win-win. That's what we want to hear, but we don't know, we didn't know how it was going to work out. I was a little worried. I didn't even know if this system would be as good as the last one, but this sounds better. So we're making improvements. I don't like the boarding group system. I wish everybody that went to the park that day got to ride, but I don't know how we get to that point. All right. Well, it doesn't look, I will work on Skype. We're going to have to save Alfred for next Sunday, next Sunday. I'm sorry, Alfred. I tried. I rebooted it 3 times. But we will get Alfred on as the first call next Sunday. So everybody loves hearing Alfred's thoughts and everything. So we'll do that next Sunday. I promise. We'll figure this out because I had him ringing and then it didn't. It wasn't even ringing out. I don't see anybody calling in, but some people are getting in, so I don't know what's going on. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us on a Sunday night. Thanks for hanging out with us here on a Thursday on the feed. I hope everybody is doing very well. We love talking Disney with you. So I hope you like the news at the top of the show to kind of keep track of what's happening at our favorite place. Don't forget, December 5th from 2 to 8 p.m., we're going to be live at Give Kids the World Village. We're going to be there hanging out with some of our listeners who can come by to the village to see the Night of a Million Lights. We're going to tour if you have not seen these lights on the Give Kids the World website, you need to go by gktw.org. It looks like the Osborne lights, and I love Christmas lights. Most importantly, we're going to be raising money for Give Kids the World. So if you put 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks aside here over the next month, and then donate that to the families down there, that would mean a lot to me. It'd be more to the folks going to Give Kids the World. It would really help support what we're doing. It's going to be an amazing time. We're going to be live here on Facebook and YouTube from 2 to 8 p.m. If you can't make it anywhere around the world, tune in. We'll be taking your calls as well. So if you want to call in, and we'll be talking about the news, we'll have Ricky and Pam joining me for the entire time as well. Lots of surprises. And of course, the auction. We have awesome items. Just today, one of our listeners donated. Check this out. It's a basketball that's autographed from the Atlanta Hawks. So if you're an NBA fan, you can bid on this basketball that is autographed by the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, unique stuff like that. Disney merchandise, some other stuff. It's really, and again, it's the kindness of our listeners to donate stuff like this. So we're going to be having the auction going on the week leading up to the live show on the 5th of December. But do put that on your calendar to join us remotely here on Facebook or YouTube. Or if you're down in Florida, come by and see us. It's going to be fun. We're going to look at the Christmas lights. We're going to have fun. We're going to have lots of surprises too. I got some stuff up my sleeve for that. Don't forget, give us a follow on social media, Instagram and Twitter at BeOurGuestMike and at BeOurGuestPod. Of course, please do subscribe to the show on YouTube and Facebook so you know every time we go live. And most importantly, subscribe to the audio version of the podcast on your favorite podcatcher, whether it's Pocket Casts or Overcast or Apple Podcasts or Stitcher. When you subscribe to the show, you'll never miss an episode, and it really does help kind of support the show through those subscriptions. Don't forget, we're also sponsored by the Magic for Less Travel, so book your next trip with the great folks over at themagicforless.com. Please use our Amazon affiliate link as you start doing that Black Friday shopping, which apparently it's already started. So please do take that one extra click. It really does help support the show. It's a free way to support the show. BeOurGuestPodcast.com/Amazon. And a huge shout out to our patrons. You guys are the best. Thank you for letting me live my dream. Thank you for getting us from this time I never thought would happen, right? I never thought the parks would be closed. I never thought the cruise ships wouldn't sail. But I don't want to give up. I want to keep the show going for years and years and years. And our patrons are help getting us from point A to point B. And I thank you so very much. If you'd like to support the show, get some extra content in your week. Every Thursday, you get a bonus podcast, Mike in the Midwest. This week, we're going to be talking about grocery stores around St. Louis. I know it doesn't sound exciting, but I have lots of fun stories, and they're going to be awesome. And last week, we talked about Saturday mornings and breakfast cereals. It was crazy. It was fun. So thanks to our patrons. Check it out, patreon.com/BeOurGuestPodcast. All right, time to get out of here. You guys have a great week. If you're listening on Sunday night, hashtag Scotty G coming at you for your Monday morning commute. If you're listening here on Thursday, we have another show coming your way tomorrow on Friday. I love you guys. I hope everybody is doing well. We're just rallying together. We have always had an amazing podcast family, and I have not felt that as much as I have here lately. You guys were there for each other. We're the best because we kind of set the example for the rest of the world. I truly believe that. We have a wonderful group of listeners. It's truly a family, and I wish the rest of the world could rally together like we do. All right, I'm going to get out of here until we talk again on either Monday or Friday, depending on when you're listening to the show. I'm Mike, wishing you a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon. All right, everybody, we will talk soon. I do love this group. You guys are the best. All right, so Alfred, I apologize. I don't know what happened with Skype because some people were getting through, some people weren't. I'm going to try to update Skype tonight while I'm upstairs and see, because it's on my MacBook, and see what's going on there. All right, you guys take care. I will talk to you soon. Bye. Have a good Sunday night.